Good evening to all our viewers, wherever you are. Welcome to a new episode of Economic Pulse, where we bring you the latest and most important economic news from the Arab world and around the globe. We begin with the cancellation of the temporary measures issued by the Central Bank of Egypt on July 8th. These measures were originally imposed due to internet service disruptions caused by the Ramses Central fire last week. Now, the daily withdrawal limit from bank branches has returned to its normal level of 250,000 Egyptian pounds for individuals and businesses after it was temporarily raised to 500,000 pounds until communication services were fully restored. Also, bank working hours are back to their usual schedule, closing at 3 p.m. This follows the end of the exceptional extension that lasted until 5 p.m. over the past few days. The Egyptian economy, what attracted significant foreign investments in 2024, they're totaling billions of dollars. This success is thanks to economic reforms, and government plans to enhance the role of the private sector and expand banking sector activities. That's according to a report from the global financial platform, Euromoney. In its review of Egypt's banking sector, the platform highlighted the impact of fiscal policies in Luo Neto, including the currency flotation last year, which strengthened the position then of Egyptian banks that are as solid institutions but capable of withstanding economic turbulence. It also stated that the flotation of the currency played a major role in easing the dollar shortage crisis, and that international financing agreements with organizations like the IMF boosted investor confidence, as well as increased remittances from Egyptians working abroad. And now, from Egypt to Abu Dhabi, where the number of travelers through its airports grew by 28% in 2024, surpassing 29.4 million passengers compared to 22.9 million in 2023, according to official data from Abu Dhabi airports. The main driver of this sharp increase was Zayed International Airport, which provided passengers with a vast network of more than 125 global destinations and launched 29 new routes during 2024. This major expansion also led to a 10% growth in aircraft traffic, with the number of flights reaching 249 to 700 in 2024, compared to 226,300 in 2023 across the 5 airports. We stay in the UAE, where the food sector saw significant growth in 2024. Its contribution to non-oil GDP rose to 11%, up from just under 10% in 2023. This rise is due to increased food manufacturing, investments in agri-tech, and a stronger focus on domestic production. Abdullah bin Tuk Al-Mari, Minister of Economy and Tourism, stated during the UAE-Tunisia Agriculture and Food Forum that the two countries have great potential for deeper cooperation in food production, agriculture, and food security. He described this sector as a key pillar for achieving sustainable food security. Projections indicate that the UAE's food system revenues will rise to between $38.3 and $40 billion in 2024. The food and beverage manufacturing sector is also expected to continue growing with a compound annual growth rate of up to 5.1% through 2028. In international news, the European Union's Trade Commissioner announced that the bloc is preparing a list of additional tariffs on U.S. imports worth 72 billion euros. That's around 84 billion US dollars. This comes in response to new tariffs announced by U.S. President Donald Trump, which are set to take effect on August 1st. However, the EU still hopes to reach a negotiated solution with Washington regarding trade imbalances and the high tariffs. The proposed list was based on a draft submitted by the European Commission back in May. It initially covered 95 billion euros worth of industrial and agricultural imports, but the final list was revised following consultations with national governments and industry representatives.